Now, in a recent speech, the leader of opposition of our country targeted the Prime Minister, saying that he said three important things. Let's look at them one by one. Number one, he said that the Prime Minister doesn't stand up to the President of America, Donald Trump, when he lies about having sowed peace between India and Pakistan. Now, look, the LoP and his team. Now, these idiots don't know how diplomacy works. That could be one thing. They don't know that in diplomacy, even silence carries a lot of weight. Now, this convicted criminal called Donald Trump, he's a liar. He says so many lies, okay? So everybody in the world knows that. Now, when he lies, India's stance is very clear. You can lie all you want. We are not going to talk about it because we know that you're lying. It's very simple. It's a very simple diplomatic stance. Maybe the LoP and his team doesn't know that, or they know it very well, but they want the Prime Minister to do something, to say something stupid so that they can target the Prime Minister later regarding that. Now, the second thing he said was, if a former Prime Minister was there and she was very gutsy and he's talking about his grandmother, by the way. So this is a very high school mentality. Those high school kids, what they do? They say, you know who my dad is? They don't have their own accomplishments. But when they grow up, they want to accomplish something on their own. They come out of that mentality. But some of them don't come out of that mentality. In his case, it's his grandmother. You know who my grandmother was? Because if this guy he considered himself as a very serious leader, he would not talk about his grandmother. He would talk about himself. He would say what he would do if he was a Prime Minister, how he would handle this liar called Trump. And the third thing he said was, Prime Minister can even dance for votes. Now look, before you talk about somebody else, you should look at your own behaviors. A leader of opposition for votes, sometimes he becomes a mechanic. Sometimes he becomes a cook. He holds a suitcase onto his head and becomes a coolie. Or sometimes he's crisscrosses all of India from north to south, east to west, Bharat Jodo, Todo Yatra, whatever it is. And sometimes he goes out of India and he demeans the entire country, not the Prime Minister. He can demean the Prime Minister all he wants, no problem. Because that's an individual person, that's fine. He'll defend himself or he'll ignore, it's his wish. But he'll demean the entire country and the people of the country. Why? Because he's not getting votes. It's a very childish mentality. So if the Prime Minister even dances for votes, what difference does it make? That's fine. The Prime Minister can dance for votes as well. No problem. Everything is fair in politics. So the bottom line is, before you point fingers at somebody, you should look at yourself. You should look at the mirror.